Okay, this is day 14 of the French Biointensive Organic Raised Bed Garden. I bought an echinacea plant. They had them on clearance, and there's something I wanted for my herbs, for the Cuba herbal medicine. I gotta get it into a bigger pot or into the garden itself. It's doing, it's suffering a little bit. The roots are cut off, so it needs room to grow. Otherwise, basil's doing really well. I should be able to harvest some today to dry as soon as my rabbit jerky comes out of the dehydrator. Everything else is still doing okay. I've got to really watch the comfrey and make sure that I'm getting enough water on it, though. Especially the bigger pot. For some reason, it seems like it dries out faster, even though it has a better soil in it than the other one. I don't know. My yarrow is blooming again. I need to get out here and cut those and get those dehydrated for tea. The parsley and the cilantro are doing fine. The stevia's not really grown since I cut it, but it hasn't died either. And I'm hoping that's not one that, if you take off the growing tip, it doesn't do anything after that. But it was 2 feet high. I needed to do something. You can see how big the fennel is starting to get at the base. And the rosemary is still alive. This lettuce is finally starting to bolt. I want to get seeds off it, so I'm letting it. The tomatoes here, everyone in this row is now taller than I am. And I'll take you around the back side and show you all of the tomatoes. But there's a few that you can see from this side as well. This lettuce is just starting to flower, so hopefully we will have seeds soon. The sorrel just keeps going crazy. The flower heads are coming out. I think in another day or two I'll put a plastic bag over them to catch seeds. But the sorrel has been such a workhorse all spring and summer so far. It does so much better than spinach in the heat, and there's really just not that much of a difference in flavor. And the carrots are doing well. Probably have to thin them again. I'm not really seeing any shoulders yet, but they should be there soon. You can see there's more tomatoes along there. All of this lettuce bolted. I'm not intending to use it, so I'm going to pull it out and give it to the birds a day at a time. Marjoram's starting to grow again since the last time I harvested it. I need to get in there and cut some more. Probably once these plants come out and go to the birds, then I will be able to get more sun into the marjoram. I need to get out here and harvest the calendula again too, just with the jerky in the dehydrator. I haven't really been harvesting any herbs right now, but the jerky should be done in about 2 more hours, and then I can start doing herbs again. You can see there's more tomatoes. I came back here and I really thinned out the suckers so the tomatoes would get more light and the leaves would get more light into the plants. I am gonna probably be overwhelmed with tomatoes, but that's okay. because I want to make sauce and I want to make ketchup this year. The peas, there's still a few on here, and I don't really want to pull them until I've harvested every last pea that's on here. But these ones kind of went straight from the not ripe yet to the drying, so maybe these ones will just end up being saved for seed. I do have a few of the snap peas in here as well. I must have missed one or two and never pulled them, and I think I'm just gonna let them all go to seed, what's left, so I have seed for next year. These were really good peas, both the snap and the snow, so I wouldn't mind saving seed from them, and it's not that way I don't have to really pay attention to what's going on with them and find the one or two that are actually ready to eat. They can just all go to dry. Kale's still coming along. That lettuce in there bolted, but this one is doing really well. This onion bolted this week. Might have started last week, I can't remember. And this one's gone into flower. I am going to save the seeds from this one, and then once I have seeds, I will harvest it and cut up the stalk for like green onions. The green onion plugs that I planted are all standing up now. Last week they were really laying down, but they're getting back really well. There's strawberries still. This is a nice thing about ever-bearing strawberries, is they bear until it gets cold. So I think I'm getting about 10 or 12 berries every other day at this point. Okay, on the squash front, these squash are almost big enough to harvest, and there's more coming. Ooh, that one looks like it is big enough to harvest. Wow, that's weird. It's like they grew together. They did grow together. Huh, well anyway, so that'll go with the 3 zucchini I have. And then I almost made a video earlier in the week about this because I was so excited. But I'm glad that I actually waited for the update to show you my watermelon. So I can get my shadow out of the way. There we go. I've got 2 big sized ones. Those are, well, they're bigger than a tennis ball. Maybe the size of a pickleball. And then there's all kinds of little ones all over in here. The lettuce that was planted in there has bolted, so lettuce is pretty much done until maybe towards the end of August. The fava beans are coming. They're not quite ready to be picked. What it said was that if you can feel the beans moving around inside, then they weren't done. There needed to be no movement left for them to be done. There are quite a few in here, and they're getting close. And then there's more coming over here. I have had green beans this week. I picked enough to can 4 1.5 jars, so that's 6 pints altogether. And see. Maybe you can see between the sun and shadow. But no, but there are still quite a few beans in there. I really like these Maxi Bells. I will grow them again. And the Sure Crop are also putting some out. So probably about 5 of the pints were Maxi Bell, and 1 of the pints worth was Sure Crop, but I mixed them all together in the 4 pint and a half jars. I am getting peppers over here now. Several of them have peppers on them, as well as the ones over there, but the tomatoes here, these ones are about a foot over my head now. I think there are some tomatoes, but yeah, there are some tomatoes in there, but mostly it's blossoms still. The celery is doing great still. The chard has really recovered from all of the bug eating. I mean, there's still bug holes, but it's really strong now. All of the plugs that I planted of broccoli and cauliflower are doing really well. Cabbage continues to do well. I continue to forget to put the garlic spray on the cabbage, and the aphids are still a problem on a couple of them, but they seem to have deserted this one, and it's getting quite large. You can see against my hand here, not big enough to harvest yet, but it's really getting quite large. I really love the colors on this chard, the bright lights, they're so pretty. Okay, we're gonna put some more soil in here and replant it soon. Not sure with what. It's so hot again that I'm not sure what would do well. These strawberries are still doing well. These are ever-bearing, so they continue to do well. Had to cut the bee balm way down because there were so many dead heads on it. We wanted to come back. And my mom pulled the artichokes out. I guess she got tired of waiting, so never get to see those pretty flowers. And the kale in here is still doing good. And the kohlrabis that I slipped in are also growing. And a couple of them have deformed, but they still eat well, even if they're the wrong shape. And that is it for the French Biointensive Organic Race Fed Garden this week.